Welcome to this channel IBM classes. Today in this video session I'll be covering a very interesting topic, that is writing records in a file which is defined in output mode in RPG program um, using BlockNo forcefully. So what happens actually whenever we define any file in output mode in RPG program, then um, whenever we write records to that file, so IBMI first write those records into the output buffer, and once that buffer gets full, then those records will be written from output buffer to the disk file, and the next sequence of those next number of records will get written to the output buffer, and then once that buffer gets full again, then also that record gets written to the disk file, or either INLR indicator gets on first. So whatever happens first, either INLR star set to star on, or the buffer gets full. So in that case, the records get written to the disk file. So what if we want those records written immediately after each write operation to the disk file from the output buffer? In that case, we should use BlockNo in our fspecs. So in our earlier video we told you that how we can do the same or achieve the same using FEOD, force end of data function present in IBMI or available in IBMI. So I'll be showing you the demo that what is actually happening, and then how we can write the data forcefully from the output buffer to the disk. So this is a simple program in which file 1 is defined as output mode, and we are writing the records in file 1, or we are writing 100 records in file 1, and then at last we are setting the last record indicator to on. Now we'll be compiling this program. Debug this program. So this program will write the records in output buffer first, and then once that buffer gets full, it will write those records present in the buffer at that time to the disk, and then clears the buffer, then again writes some uh, those number of records which are limit to the buffer, and then write again to that um, disk file. So I'll be showing you the demo for that. Just waiting. The system is very slow right now, so just call pgm4. First I will check whether there were any records in the file, or I'll be try to delete the records in file 1. So there were no records in the file 1. Now I'm going to write the first record in file 1. So we'll check whether there were records present. No, there were no records. So this record gets written to the output buffer, not file 1 right now. Now set breakpoint at line number 18 when loop variable value reaches 52. Take F12, 52, then write it again, shift F9, then we'll check. So 51 records get written. So we have executed the loop till 52 times. Now 51 records gets written. So the buffer size is 51 right now in this here, and those number of records gets written from buffer to the output buffer to the disk file. Now set the breakpoint at this line. Now both 100 records has been written to the output buffer. From 52 to 100 records gets written to the output buffer. Now we'll check whether those records were written to the file or not. No, they were not written to the disk right now. So once this line gets executed, those records will be written to the file 1. So we have seen that once the output buffer gets full or star INLR indicator gets on, then only the records from the output buffer will be written to the disk file. Now if I want to write those records forcefully after each write operation, so what I will do, take F4 here on F specs for file 1. So I'll be using block no, which will not block the file and writes the records immediately after each write operation. Now I'll compile it again. So it's taking time to execute strdbg. Now call this program. First what I'll do, I'll delete the records from file 1. Now we will see that the records gets written to the file 1 after the write operation. Again, just check. So there were 2 records gets written to the file. So after each write operation, the records get written to the disk file from the output buffer, because we have used block no here with the file. And at last we will see the 100 records in the file. So this is the way through which we can write the records forcefully to the disk file from the output buffer when we have defined a file in output mode in our RPG program. Now if I don't want to use block no at F specs and still I want to use blocking no feature, so what I'll do, I'll remove this block no from here and I'll create a CL program which will actually call pgm4, and we'll be using the OVRDBF command. File 1, so what I will do, I'll be overriding the file 1 with sequential only set as no, so which will work same as block no, and then calling the program 4 and then deleting the override. Compile this program. pgm4cl, set the breakpoint at line number 1. First check whether there were any overrides. Right now, no, there were no overrides at all. Now I'll be call pgm4cl, take F10. First, what I'll do, I'll be deleting the records, if any. There were no records at all in the file. Now I'll overwrite the file, then call the program, then again check the overrides. So we have overridden the file1 with sequential only star no. Then I'll take F10. We have not used, we can see that we have not used blockstone over here. We are using override dbf, so it has written the first record. Yes, sure. Now the first record has been written, so block stano feature has been achieved using override dbf command as well. I'll check again. So the second record gets written after the second write operation gets performed by the RPG program. So we can see that we have write the records after each write operation, the forcefully to the output file, which is what actually happens is the records get written to the output buffer and then return to the disk file immediately after each write operation. So this has been achieved using block no and override dbf command using sequential only as no. So this is all in this video, and thank you and have a nice time.